Okay, now I think it should be 720p, which is a lot more manageable for my very unstable internet connection. Hopefully. Yep. Okay, that should be much better. Alright, let's load up the SI file. I replayed the first part of the intermission way too much for is good. Word is good too.
If that is all, I will return to a state of inactivity.
Thanks for all you've done, Valimar. I'll be counting on you if anything else comes up.
Acknowledged. Prepare yourself for your next encounter with the Azure Knight, my opinion.
Don't worry, I will. We lost last time, but I know that's not all I'm capable of. As long as we're all together, I know I can get stronger.
I eagerly await your results.
Looks like he went to sleep.
So,
This
this is what the Great Ashen Knight looks like up close, huh? I've heard all manner of rumor about it, but I never expected I'd stand in the presence of a legend.
I can't possibly begin to thank you enough. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come to my aid. Thank you. Really. And that goes for everyone else, too. Thanks for coming to rescue me, guys.
We're just happy you're okay.
Just don't scare us like that again, alright?
True. We were all on edge waiting for you to get back.
And yet you somehow managed to come out unscathed with Her Highness in tow.
You make it sound like it was easy. Well, easy or not, it was worth going on board. I got plenty of useful info out of it. So funny enough, I'd say their invitation worked to my benefit more than theirs.
I guess there's no harm in looking at the positives now that all's said and done.
Look at you, acting mature and all grown up. Brings a tear to my eye.
Looks like we have some catching up to do.
I'd like to follow Reen's lead and extend my thanks to each of you as well. Thank you, all of you. And, dear brother, it's a relief to see you safe and sound. Though I never pictured my great escape would end with you in this airship of all things.
We did time our appearance fabulously, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I'll say.
My only regret is that we weren't able to blow in with a storm of rose petals when we boarded them. Perhaps I should have asked Emma to look into the feasibility of making such a magnificent entrance.
Oh man, that would have been so cool!
Well, it's probably not impossible.
Now you're just being silly.
Sounds about right for our prince.
Well, at the very least, I'd say we're clear of any immediate danger. And given this opportunity, I'd like to sit down with you to discuss our situation and exchange any pertinent information. But first, I think we have a few more reunions to celebrate.
Reen!
Hey.
George! I thought I heard your voices when we started flying away from the Pantagruel.
Oh yeah,
So you were on board too?
I remember that now. Been a
You
few
bet.
days.
Good to see you, Rain.
Chubby boy.
Whoa!
It's really you. You're really okay. No sooner had we found out that you were still alive, we got told you had been taken by the Alliance. We've been so worried about you.
I'm a real troublemaker, aren't I? Sorry, Toa, but I'm glad to see you and George made it out okay. Everything I've said to you has been at the back of my mind ever since we parted ways in Trista, and it's kept me going every step of the way. So, thank you.
Oh. You remembered. You promised me you wouldn't die. And you didn't. And then there was the promise you made during the festival after party. You said that next year you'd work to make the Academy even more wonderful than it is now. We still need to work on that one, but I know you're not the kind of guy who'd go back on his word.
See? Rain's a guy you can count on.
George Nome.
Nice to see you're holding up okay.
Or Gnome. Probably Gnome.
Still can't believe you made it through all that fighting in Trista in one piece, but... well, here you are.
Good to see you again, George. But how'd you two end up on the Courageous to begin with?
We'll bring you up to speed once we all sit down for our meeting. There's a conference room on one of the upper floors. We can meet there when you're ready.
Oh yeah, we were in here once during the during Cold Steel 1.
The Courageous began its independent operations right before Heimdall was first occupied. I realized what the Alliance was planning, so I gathered a skeleton crew, met with Viscount Arcade, and we hurried straight to Trista, where we found your classmates locked in combat with the Azure Knight.
I see. That explains why you were in Trista.
I shudder to think what would have happened if not for the Courageous's timely appearance. What have you been doing since then, Father? I hadn't heard anything about your whereabouts until now.
Eventually, we were able to shake off the Azure Knight's pursuit. And we've been traveling around the country ever since, preparing to find you and take you on board.
You'd think they'd be in hiding considering they were unable to find them for a good month and a half.
George and I haven't been here long. The principal managed to get in touch with the Courageous without anyone noticing and sent us here.
Oh really?
I hope he's still alright.
By the way, what happened to Major Vander?
That's what I've been wondering.
You two are always joined at the hip.
Ah, alas, he is currently indisposed. His military obligations have him heading up the 7th Armored Division in Western Erebonia. They're working with your former instructor, Major Nightheart, as well.
With him too?
So he's over in the west now.
I should have known the 4th Armored Division's ace wouldn't get his ass kicked so easily.
Oh, right. Dad said he'd heard from him too, remember?
Still, the
What?
west side of the country contains Marquis Hyarm's Sutherland province, along with Duke Cayenne's Lemaire province.
Pepper. Almost missed that one.
Fighting there would no doubt be even more fierce than it is here in eastern Erebonia.
Correct. A large percentage of the Imperial Army's military strength still remains intact. But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage. On top of that, a number of townships in the region have been caught in the crossfire and suffered great losses.
That's terrible.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume the Noble Alliance intends to use that as an opportunity to crush the forces in the west.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a pretty good fight by themselves.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Right. But that means we're uncertain what course to pursue now. And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really. With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war, what exactly do all of you intend to do from here on out?
Us?
We were in the midst of discussing that when Reen was taken to the Pantagruel, in fact.
This is a full-on war, and our fellow Erebonian countrymen stand on both sides. No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves.
But we pretty much are.
Still, during our field studies, we found ourselves up against the problems this nation faces again and again. And because we have that experience, I believe there's a place for us to change things in all this. A part only we can play. We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together, we can move things in the right direction for Erebonia as a whole.
That was wonderful, Reen.
Still, we aren't all gathered here for the same reasons. Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't be possible with the situation as it stands. And that's why, no matter how stacked the odds are against us, or how fierce the fighting becomes, we want to put everything we have into making all the difference we possibly can, in whatever way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class 7 when I say that.
You bet.
I agree completely.
We may all come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does, and because of that, we can do things no one else can.
And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people and things we love?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
As Reen said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
Sounds like it'll be a pain, though.
No biggie. We're Class 7. Throw in a few of Reen's trademark speeches and we're raring to go.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
That's the Class 7 I'm proud to serve.
And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thor's has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
The words of Dreikel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
Of course. They ring as true as ever.
It's like you didn't even have to think about it. You guys just knew.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves. And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now. But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too, and they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
I understand.
Sorry.
Your Highness.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction. But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
As you wish. We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you. From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
Huh.
What?
Well, nobody would have expected that, that's for sure.
What? Father, would you mind elaborating?
It means exactly what it sounds like. The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion. I imagine your journey to make a difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
Well, yes, but...
But then what will you do?
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces. Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region. The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
I was actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal. But with us headed west, we'd be leaving all of Eastern Erebonia in your hands.
Wow.
I see. That does make the most logical sense.
Kinda. If we've got the Courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
I'm not even sure the Guild could come up with a plan this wild.
Well, it's fair to say I've learned a lot from the way the Guild's members handle things, yourself included. Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well.
Oh.
This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
I'd be happy to. Henceforth, I, Princess Alphen Rice Arnor, will guarantee the legitimacy of their actions. So do whatever you see fit to do. You have my full support.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Wow!
We're truly honored to have you with us.
No turning back now.
Yeah, seriously.
We hereby humbly accept custody of the Courageous.
Please, Leave Eastern Erebonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
On that day, Class 7 was entrusted with the day-to-day running of the Courageous. Viscount Arcade and Princess Oliver decided they would disembark near Legram and travel to Western Erebonia across the lake. And after receiving the bare minimum of instructions on how to operate the ship, its bright-eyed new owners set course for the Ebel Highway. So what now? And honestly, a ship like that would be very hard to miss. Like, seriously.
I'm leaving you in charge of the Courageous's day-to-day operations. I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
Giving Toa?
It would be an honor.
Acting Captain Toa already. So how do I look? Wow, it really does suit you. Yeah, the size is just right too. Fortunately, I had a spare on hand that was a size smaller. That's quite fortunate. You're kinda like a cute mascot, like a human Mishi. Perhaps you should capitalize on this opportunity with an irresistible line of Captain Toa merchandise. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Oh, you two are terrible. Gotta say, that's a nice touch, Toa. It really suits you. Yep, you definitely look the part of a captain with it. I think things will be just fine here in our absence. Yeah, you guys won't be needing us around much longer. So you guys are taking off then? You'll be disembarking together with Father, yes? Yeah, it was nice to help out until you guys got back together again. But now that you are, there's no use in me sticking around. The situation in the West what it is, I decided to help out over there instead. I intend to return to commanding the RMP. I believe that's the best way I can contribute to bringing this war to an end. We understand. Bye-bye, Claire. If you want to lecture somewhere, make sure you say hi for me. I'll be sure to do so. I have been entrusted with a number of research tasks by Chairman Irina as it happens. So this is farewell for now. That doesn't sound shady at all. But, well, stay safe, alright? Whether you're a member of Ouroboros or not, you'll never change how our family's made. Oh my. I'm touched to hear you say so. Please, my lady, take care of yourself. Still, let's keep in touch, okay? I'm gonna keep gathering as much info as I can through the Guild's intelligence network. It's not like Erebone is the only place where strange stuff's going down now. True. I'm particularly concerned about what's happening over in Crossbell. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Give my regards to Miles. You know it. Thanks for everything. You've done everything you've done for us. I'm sure that we wouldn't have been able to come this far if not for your help. Hey, no need to get all stiff all of a sudden. You're embarrassing me. Maybe working separately from now on, but I intend to do all I can to aid you in the future. Take care, everyone.
Well then, it's time we bid you all a fond farewell for now. Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
May the goddess be with you.
I look forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next we meet, Laura.
Good luck, Father.
Fly, my pretty. Fly. That's a very strong team if I do say so myself.
You think they'll be okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself knows for certain. Still, with some already calling this a second advent of the War of the Lions, I can only hope they make it through unscathed.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
Yes, I suppose you're right. And the same goes for me, too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
Well, well, are we birds of a feather? Proud Thor's graduates unite. I'll be in touch with them plenty in the coming weeks, so don't worry. The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over the young and vigilant. Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Was he now?
He and I may have had our differences, but I still feel a certain loss with his passing. I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him. But there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually...
Captain?
Is something amiss?
It's just that I received a strange report on that very issue. I was told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied.
Okay.
But then after that, it simply disappeared at some point.
Disappeared, you say?
Is it possible the reformist faction could have taken it from them?
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the Intelligence Division did something to that effect.
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern.
He's a zombie.
It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Unbelievable. I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave. He had so many plots in motion, I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
I'm sure Lecter's doing his best. Over in Crossbell. Courageous. Ridge.
No change in weather or wind direction since entering Kreutzen provincial airspace.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. She's a real natural at this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge. So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it.
Viva's Day, Courageous Conference Room.
Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way. And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want. I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
You slacker.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Sportsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand, we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now?
Come again?
Blow things
I
up.
assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards.
Blowing things up.
And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it?
Valimar.
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
we were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Taking back the
I
academy?
wonder what's happening there.
Rounding up all the students?
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country. Now, most of the upper-class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
No doubt. It's near the capital, so its defenses are gonna be rock solid.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity.
Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
And weakest at sometimes.
thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out.
Like when you fight a overwhelmingly strong opponent and get your asses handed to you.
And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thor's from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea!
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually.
Everything works for me.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can. All for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
Well, I suppose what we need to do first is... I suppose what we need to decide next is where we should head for first. Yeah, we don't have many places we can go at the moment, but there's Gram, Ymir, the Nord Highlands. We're able to land at the 4th Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about that yesterday, and he's fine with it. Probably better for us to swing by all of them once, really. Oh, almost forgot. Prince Oliver sent you a few requests to take care of. He did? Oh, joy. The details are all right behind you. Behind us? Oh, there's a normal computer there. I've only ever really used one in class. No need to fear, technology doesn't bite. Plus, it'll be easier in the long run for you to grab stuff from there. So go on, take a look. Sure. Oh, lucky us, these are made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we used in class. There we go. Something popped up. So this is how everything's displayed. The Intelligence Division has some of these too, I think. Monster Madness. A large, mysterious monster has appeared on the Highlands. We would ordinarily have asked Locken to take care of it, but he's on patrol and can't be reached. Would you be willing to defeat it for us instead? So, you could find me talking with Gwyn in the lakeside cabin, Elder Ivan. Find our first years. From Toa. I figured out where a few Thor students are. I know it's important to get them to join us, but I just want to make sure our first years are safe. You'll be checking on Monica, Mint, Casper, Vivi. I'm sure they'll all make great additions to the crew. The terminal on the bridge will tell you just where you can find them. Thanks. Without leave. The civilian we had taken into protective custody has vanished. Would you be willing to offer us a few more sets of eyes as we look for him? Speak with me at the camp for further details. Craig. Badass in danger. Patiri's in trouble. Those damn noble soldiers, damn it! I'll tell you at the inn in Legram, okay? Hurry up and get here. Cargo. There's one from Nord, one from Legram, one from Gorelia's Proving Ground. Seems they got plenty of work in store for us all over the country. And how I wish it were my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on one of them as well. Kinda worried about the one Dad sent us. And I don't think we can ignore that unusual monster that appeared in Nord either. Prince Oliver took the time to gather and send all of these to us himself? Wow, how did he manage to do that? He just left for Western Arabonia. He's a guy with plenty of connections, especially through the Bracer Guild. He said he's going to keep finding stuff like this that he thinks you can handle and send them your way. How many you end up doing is up to you, but I recommend taking care of the more urgent ones at least. Understood. I don't think any of us mind one bit. Indeed, it helps bring focus to our goal of touring the region and helping those in need. With that being said, I would assume checking the safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I took the liberty of giving you that one myself. We're slowly getting information on where the other Thor students could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update their computer, and who knows, maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient. Suddenly very grateful for those classes. Guess we'll be checking this thing pretty often. Well, I think that's almost everything. When you decide where you want to go first, let me know, okay? Oh, and George is hard at work setting up an orbital factory in the ship's hold. So if you need any modifications made to your Arcus or any quartz, you can start those out there. While you're at it, it's worth checking out the other facilities on board too. It's not much now while we're short on staff, but I'm not sure any students you recruit will get creative with their space. Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our active party when we disembark first? Actually, if we're doing that now, would you mind including me? I'd like to see that strange monster from the Highlands request myself. I don't mind at all. That sounds fair. I could come with if you need a hand, too. You just let me know if I'm needed, okay? Thanks, instructor. Now let's see. It's temporarily not possible to remove Gaius from the party. So, See, we lost our abusive AT spam. But we still got Fee, Eustace. The problem is, I don't like Gaius. My party would be Reen, Fee, Eustace. Yeah. I guess I'll drop Fee for now. So I'll run with Eustace, Machias, Alyssa, Sarah. Sarah has that broken, what is it, 50% strength, 50% speed buff? Okay, let's get going. Right. Let's go, go, go! Act 2, The Awakening Lions. I should probably do as the instructor recommends and tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. It's not much, but it'd be smart to go see George in the ship's hold and pay Valimar a visit. It'd be good to see Princess Alphen, too. You can now view the student info tab in your notebook. Character students? Oh yeah. Let's see, what does Gaius even have on him anyway? Let's see. Looks like some people got some buffs, I think. Or not so much buffs, more so new stuff. Gorgeous gown? Oh yeah. I think it gives him a crap ton of arch defense. Oh, sure, I'll give it to him, why not? Let's see. Let's move that, and that, that, and that, that, and that. Now let's mess with the people we have in our party now. Let's see. Diablo and... Okay. What? Let's see, will you be using a lot of stuff here? Yeah, she'll probably like to keep her CP up, so... Let's see, equip. Her evasion is 0%, which kinda sucks, but... Also, Fee. %? What? What's everyone else's defense is like? 1029? Let's go with that. Evasion is really good. Let's see. Let's go with the good old Evergreen. 20% evasion. I'll give her one of those, let's see, headband or belt? I'll just give her the belt. Now I'll give Reen the true headband. You can get just some good stuff. Let's see. see, I'll give him something that prevents blind. Do I have something else that prevents faint? This is fine. Alright, should be good now. Alright, let's explore the ship. Alright. So we're currently on the 5th floor then. Let's talk with everybody. I mean, if you need someone to talk to or if you just want some advice. But at the end of the day, don't forget, Prince Oliver entrusted the Courageous to you kids, not me. I don't think you have to worry about that. Our field studies really drove home the importance of being able to think and act on our own. This is as good as any chance for us to put those practical lessons to use. Then, I suppose I need to say no more. Show me the value of that Class 7 education and make me proud. There's a perfect chance for you guys to show me you learned something from those field studies I kept sending you on. Show me the value of that Class 7 education and make me proud. Don't forget, if you need a helping hand to beat the crap out of some monsters, I'm your gal. Oh, by the way, there's something I heard right before I left the academy that you might find interesting. Apparently, there's a number of second-year Thor students out there trying to fight the Alliance. Really? Yeah, supposedly after helping the first Fuse escape, they split up and spread out across the country. They've been on the move ever since, trying to set up Arcus relay devices wherever they can. Wow, I can believe it though. Our second years are pretty tough. And don't you forget it. But seriously, if you can find them, I'm sure they'd be a great asset to our cause. There's a chance you'll run into them in a populated area, but I'm guessing you'll have better luck on the highways. I'll keep that in mind, Toa. Thanks. We gather up as many students as we can to fill out our crew here on the Courageous. It's a lot of work as it is, but then, factoring in Prince Oliver's request, we're gonna be really busy, aren't we? But we'll have to do what we can. But yeah. I actually... Let's see, what's the sprint? What did I make the sprint button again? Oh yeah. It's now right bumper is sprint and right trigger. Yeah, I should probably change that again. So I don't have to use 2 fingers for that. Speed up. I can't say I wasn't a little concerned about the idea of handing an airship like this over to a bunch of students. But you guys proved me wrong in no time at all, though. At this point, I have every intention of staying on board until you find someone to take my place. I used to serve as helmsman on a civilian airship, actually. I might not be here only to fill in temporarily, but I have confidence in my ability to do the job. Whatever you need, I'm up to the task. I tell you, George really knows his stuff. With a kid like that on board, the engine room's in safe hands. What a relief. Thanks to Captain Claire, we've been able to secure a communications link with the Railway Military Police. That should make it a heck of a lot easier to work with them in the future. Change Toa's accessories? That's pretty cute. Tune information. Oh, good. Military government. Sighted in Legram. Sighted in Legram. Sighted at the ancient quarry in North Highlands. We're in a resistance group with the other second year, sighted along the Grelia Byroad. Alright. I'm gonna do that a lot. Way too much. This floor has a conference room and the royal room. The latter is exclusively for Princess Alphen, obviously, but I will be using the former quite a bit. About the 4th floor facilities. Fourth floor contains a number of useful facilities, including a conference room and various training rooms. It also contains the Royal Room, which, as the name suggests, was designed for members of the Imperial family on board. Right now, that's Princess Alpin. There are 3 training rooms in all, built to train your close combat, range combat, and arts capabilities respectively. These can't be used immediately, but you'll be able to use them once you have recruited students capable of running them. Interesting. Wonder how much of a difference that would make. See, I'm going to be doing that a lot. If I can change the sprint button from RT to the click stick, it would be better. Hello, Reed. Hello, Your Highness. What's that document you've got there? Oh, just a little formality I need to get through before we really get started. It's to show that control of the ship has been temporarily passed from our family to you. And that you've been given the legitimate right to use it as you see fit. Oh, right. Well, if you need my help to cross any T's or dot any I's, let me know. You've been gracious enough to let us join on the ship, so the least I can do is help you out with whatever you need. Oh, don't worry. Half of being a member of the Imperial family is paperwork anyway. I can handle it on my own. Besides, you've helped me more than enough already. Come to think of it, I never did thank you for saving me from the Pantagruel, did I? Properly, I mean. Thank you very much, Reen. And I truly never expected that you would be my knight in shining armor. It's not something I need to be thanked for. Back in Ymir, I swore that I'll rescue both you and Elise from the Alliance. I've completed half that task, and now I've got to finish the job. Then let me help you with rescuing her. I'll be keeping a close eye on you all while to see if you're really. I'll be keeping a close eye on you all the while to see if you really order the Phoenix Wings metal material. What's this now? It's a very exclusive honor that my family only awards every few years to people who are really deserving of it. There are 3 medals in all: charity, love, and strength, awarded to people who exemplify said virtues. It just so happens that, as a ship of the Imperial family, we have some of those medals on here, so I have them to give. That's remarkably convenient. So, if you demonstrate your worthiness for any of those medals, I'd like to give them to you. Though in your case, I'm sure it's more of a matter of when than if. I don't know if I'd say that. Still, it can't hurt to try to live up to those lofty expectations. But medals or no medals, the most important thing to me right now is rescuing Elise. And helping you reunite with her family, too. Of course. You now read about the Order of the Phoenix Wings in the Royal Room's bookshelf. As my brother looked courageous to me, I'll do everything in my power to live up to his expectations. As a proud member of the Arner family, will allow me to support you with the fullest extent that I can. We both have our work cut out for us, but I know we're up to the task. He's spoken of the Order of Phoenix Wings, an old charity. An award granted only to those who have independently and voluntarily strived to better the lives of others across the land. Side quests. An award granted only to those who have demonstrated their love for their fellow human beings, showing and earning the trust and understanding of many people. Link, maybe? Link level? Medal of Strength. An award granted only to those who have performed great acts of strength, defeating powerful foes to protect this nation and its people. Leveling or story progression. Probably. I take it my brother had already left the Pantagruel by the time we arrived. To be perfectly honest, I breathed a sigh of relief when he didn't come out to meet us. After all, now I can see the gap between the two of us more starkly than ever. We won't stand a chance as we are. Eustace? I've never seen this completely drained of his confidence. Having the ship in our possession is like having a sword dangled over our heads. The day will come when we have to face him. We're nothing to him now, but if you use what time we have wisely, perhaps it won't be the case next time. We can beat him. Don't lose hope. As long as we have the ship, we will eventually have to go cross swords with my brother again. We'll have to devote ourselves to refining our skills if we expect to have a ghost of a chance against him. I'm wondering, ordnance. I like options. Alright, let's see. What can I throw on here? Probably hit one. Although he is an arts caster, so... primarily, at least. Let's see. He has dark matter by default, which is really good. Let's throw on EP cut. And I believe I have cast. Yes, I do. Speed is okay. Let's see, I'd say... let's do Frost Edge. Frost Edge is good. And... Ingenuity for the EP. Let's see, she would need Evade. 'Cause I'll probably have her primarily as a attacker, so physical attacker. So it's probably best that she has as much speed and strength as possible, so no, never mind. I'm going to backpedal on that. I'm going to give her Holy Breath. She can heal if needed. I don't like Speed Breaker. Or La Forte on her. Let's see. Let's throw a Dragon Bane on her. Throw an action. We'll probably be able to get an action 2 later on in a little bit. She needs a hit so she can actually land those attacks. And I'll give her information because I need someone that can use it. Let's see, she has Thor, which is good. Let's see, what do we have? Abnormalities, EP recovery, and magic evasion. Let's see, potency of healing items increased, recover from KO, speed raise, recover HP through attacks and crafts, start battle with after attack raised, insight status, strength raised, CP. Because I'm a silly little boy, I have Megalith on Reen. I think I should be good for now. I'll have to head to one of the lower levels and see what I can do there. I certainly didn't expect this ship to be equipped with training facilities. I've been told that we're welcome to them should the Earth strike us. However, the doors remain closed and not in use. I can't imagine being given a more perfect set of wings. It's going to be difficult to repay Father and Prince Oliver for such an incredible gift. That's true, but we know where to start. There's a lot we can do better. There's a lot we can do to better people's lives now that we can take to the air. Indeed, between our swords and our ship, I'm certain we can make a difference. And together, we shall do so. Father and Prince Oliver displayed a great deal of faith in us when they entrusted us with the ship. Let's work to show them that their faith is not misplaced. Shops and deck. You can access the front and rear decks from this floor, and it's where all the shops are. I'll probably see a lot of this place. Third floor facilities. Third floor contains a variety of facilities you can make use of, including shops and a room you can use to take a nap. Only one shop is available for now, but by recruiting door students, you can raise that number up to 4. Ooh. The aforementioned nap room allows you to rest and restore your HP and EP for free. No CP? That's sad. Alright, let's head out here. Hi guys. Hey, not Sieg. Oh hey, it's that hawk again. Zio, right? Yep. I was surprised to see him too, but he must have decided to find us. He seems happy to see that we're all together again. That makes 2 of us. My people revere hawks as sacred birds, so I think that being here is a sign that the ship has the wind's blessing. The skies may be vast, but with the winds looking after us, we should be able to fly them with ease. And I'm even happier to have Zio here. I have to admit, I'm still worried about that request from Nord. I'll be with you every step of the way, so when you go to tackle it, so try to do as soon as you can. I don't mean to rush you, but I need to see whatever strange monster is plaguing my homeland. Door's locked, unfortunately. I want to open and fly. Whatever. Hey Elliot, I'm doing some violin maintenance, I see. Yeah, probably seems kind of strange, huh? I would have thought so too, but Prince Oliver changed my mind with a few choice words of encouragement. He said, "War or no war, the power of music never weakens. If the path of musician is truly what you aspire to, then even the way you fight should reflect that and be your own." That makes a lot of sense coming from Prince Oliver too. Plays the lute, doesn't he? That's right. He's performed all over the country and even outside of it. Not exactly sure what he means about finding my own way to fight, but I'm going to try to figure that out. Maybe if I keep on fighting while staying true to myself, the answer will come to me. I sure hope it does. After Prince Oliver's words of encouragement, I'm more determined than ever to find my own way to fight. Well, that and my path towards becoming a great musician. Ellie and I have been talking about what we should do now that we have this ship. Making sure everyone from Thor's is alive and well should definitely be one of our top priorities if you ask me. I think it'd be helpful to have the entire lacrosse club on board, but the other students probably wouldn't hurt. More the better in my book. We'll need as many able bodies as possible when it's time to take back Thor's too, so let's get everyone we can. Yeah. Admittedly, Theresa might be particularly tricky to recruit because of where she is right now, but we'll figure something out. Hello, sir. Curious about all the layout changes since you were last aboard? It's had a fair bit of remodeling done in hopes that it can operate even more efficiently. So take this as a chance to get familiar with what's where now. It'll pay off in the long run. Trust me. Okay, I'll trust you. Got nothing better to do, right? Alright, let's buy some new weapons. Way to waste all my money, huh? Ceramic coat. Decent buff to defense. Question is, do I really want to take the 10% hit to agility? See, I'm guessing they have pretty much everything I need here. Buy some of these. Let's see. Citrus bottles, floral bottles. Now it looks like we're good on that. Let's see, exchange. Not a lot, but you have some there. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let's head one more floor down. To the kitchen, and etc. They have a blade room. There's a ton of stuff on this floor, so I should probably take a look around and see what's on offer. Well, the second floor facilities. The second floor has a wide variety of facilities, including a kitchen and an infirmary. While these facilities are currently a little, shall we say, limited, more will become available as you continue to recruit students, like everything else on the ship. This floor also contains a game room, which is just right for playing Blade 2 against your classmates. Oh really? Blade 2, eh? A shop? Okay. That's interesting. What a well-stocked infirmary. All the usual essentials like medicine and bandages are here in ample supply. That's good to know. As much as I hate to say it, we'll probably end up needing all of that. After all, we're dealing with a war here. I'm not optimistic enough to think none of us will ever get hurt. That's true. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid losing anyone, even ignoring the tragedy of it. A loss like that would make taking on Crow and Vita nearly impossible. Yeah, you're right. There's another good reason to stay alive. Leave sorting out the infirmary to me. For now, I think I'm the best girl for the job. Your mother did teach me quite a bit of medical knowledge, you know. Glad to hear we're in good hands. Oh look, it's Mr. Do-It himself. Guess you're too cool to care about the potential risk of kicking your support out of the core, huh? Talk about holding a grudge. Hey, I'm sorry, really I am. You better be. Just make sure it doesn't happen again, you hear me? Sure, Emma's got most of my attention now, but when you're fighting in Valimar, I'm your support. I need to see just what you two are capable of, so don't count me out yet. I can live with that. Well, make sure you don't start getting ahead of yourself. Whenever you fight with Valimar, I'll be there to back you up. It's my job to see just how far the two of you can go together, after all. Let's see if we can play some Blade 2. Feels like ages since the last time I had a chance to play Blade. Oh wait, didn't I end up with some cards when I was on the Pantagruel? Green took out a Blade 2 deck. Upon closer inspection, he noticed a scrap of paper stuck between the two of the cards inside. Huh? What's this? Welcome to the new and improved version of Blade, creatively titled Blade 2. It's basically the same thing, but with a few more cards to make it more strategic. Give it a shot, I think you'll like it. Just don't let it distract you too much from being a better pilot, okay? Bro. Why did you get this into my pocket? You could have just given it to me when we were sitting together, but I guess this is a much more Crow approach. Oh well. Still, I like the sound of more strategic. Maybe I should try inviting someone down for a game sometime. I have to get all the practice in that I can if I ever want to beat Crow anyway. You can now play Blade 2. Selecting one of the card tables will allow you to call a classmate for a game. Playing against someone will allow you to deepen their bond with them, regardless of whether you win or lose. However, you can only deepen your bond with 5 characters at a time. Characters you have deepened a bond with get a star next to their name. After each major story event, these stars are removed, allowing you to deepen your bond with any 5 characters of your choosing again. Okay. Let's check the cards. Define sets of cards in Blade. Blade cards are the most common. They are numbered from 1 to 7. Bolt cards remove the last card that your opponent plays on the field. Same. As a special rule, a Blade card with the value of 1 can be used to bring back a card removed from the use of a Bolt card. Mirror cards are used to switch the position of the cards currently placed on the field. Blast cards allow you to choose one of your opponent's cards to discard. It does not let you see their hand, however. Force cards double your current total. These are very powerful cards but require careful usage in order to achieve their full effect. Bolt, Mirror, Blast, and Force cards each have a value of 1 if they are the first card to be placed on the field. Be careful, using any of them as your last move will be considered a foul and cost you the match. Okay, so no, it's like how it was in the other game, but now you can't use Mirror as your last card. I'm pretty sure you could use Mirror as your last card in the last game, right? I can't remember. Whatever. Let's see, let's choose. Who we gonna choose? Who we gonna choose? We get to choose 5, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gotta keep the trend going, right? Time to break out the random number generator. Let's see. I'll turn that brightness off because it's as bright as the sun. So, random number between 1 and 10, because I am creative. See, first number, if I can press the button. Hey, what is it? 5. So that would be Millium. Next is 7. Machias. Then Phi. Laura. And Elliot. Good use of my time randomly generating these.
It's time to duel! Come on, draw a card! I'm going first. Take this!
This is gonna be fun.
Whoosh!
So Blast forces me to remove 1 card. Oh, he just chooses a random one. Okay.
Who's that for? Who's that for? Who's that for? I wanted to win.
Boo, you beat me. I held a mean grudge though. Just wait until next time. So you get 100 Link EXP per thing? That's actually a lot more than I was expecting.
Let the battle begin. We draw here, right? I'm first.
Using a mirror, if she uses a forest card, would be hilarious.
This.
I don't have good cards though.
Crap.
Force.
That was a very bad idea.
Crap.
Mirror.
Ah, let's see, does this work? Nice.
Guess we'd better draw again. I'm first.
I lost
Looks like I win.
by 1 point. Yeah, I won. Anyway, I've got napping to do. Alright, next up was... Let's see. We had Laura, I believe. Machias and Eustace.
Then let us begin our duel.
That's what I think it was. I didn't write it down this time, even though I probably should have.
Please, draw a card. Then I'll make the first move. Raging winds. We're evenly matched. Let's redraw. Then I'll make the first move. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Divine Bolt!
Ah.
I didn't expect that.
Hey, 1 point.
Admit defeat. Well done.
I see my blade skills were insufficient. Don't assume our next match will go the same way. Okay, so 2 more. So Machias and Eustace.
I'm not gonna hold back. Well then, go ahead and draw. We're even. We'll have to redraw. You're up first, Reem.
Ah, that's fun. Gotta blow this on the first turn.
Force! Now you've done it.
Oh, you jerk. Don't mirror. Ah, I lost.
Guess I win this time.
Yes, victory is mine. Well, that's enough blade for me. See you later. Okay, use this.
If we have to.
Loose, please.
Draw a card. Go ahead then.
Ooh.
We have the same score. Let's redraw. Go ahead then. My victory was assured.
That was an accident, but okay. Was there any doubt that this would be how it ended? With that taken care of, I should be departing. Oh well. It's faster that way, right? Disappointing, but faster. Alright, let's see. Who's over here in this section? All the ship's operating manuals are in here, and shockingly are relatively easy to understand. In fact, the biggest hurdle to reading them is extricating all the other books that have been jammed in here. I think we can blame that on Prince Oliver. He doesn't really strike me as particularly organized. Given the state of the game room across the hallway, I'd say that's sugarcoating it. Yeah, that's for the best. I was pretty nervous when I heard we'd be looking after a military ship, but after seeing the state the prince left it in, the pressure's off. Yeah, maybe this is all deliberate. Like, he's sending us a message saying that it's okay to relax and unwind sometimes. We obviously need to take our work seriously, but if he doesn't see any harm in taking a break, then neither do I. I might not be the captain of the ship, but I'm still part of the crew. So, committing as much operating info to memory as possible can only serve to make me more useful while I'm here. If I'm lucky, doing so will also help me find Stefan sooner. I'm worried about him. Stefan from the chess club, I think? There's the news with the doors locked. It's just got everything we could ever want. But how's it compared to the Pantagruel? Well, the Pantagruel's bigger and more luxurious, but the Courageous matches it step for step in terms of facilities. And it's more mobile. Got a cooler sounding name too. Not so. There's still room to add more. Oh, that reminds me. I had a chance to sit and chat with those two Zephyr members while I was on board. They weren't exactly in the chattiest moods, of course, but it was pretty clear that they're still thinking about you. Well, that's nice. But you're my family now. That's what's important. I'll find out what they're after if I have to do it myself. You don't. We're all in this together, and we'll help you get your answers. There's still room to add more facilities to the ship, so it could get even better. We'll have to try to make that happen as soon as we can. The ship's so fancy. There's so much to see. I can't even decide where to start. I mean, I would if this thing had a chef. I was looking for some tasty grub. Well, we're flying with a skeleton crew right now. Chefs aren't exactly essential on the ship compared to, say, engineers. But that's why you need to get work on recruiting students. The more you get, the better they're courageous. Makes sense when you put it like that. Makes me kind of jealous of the nobles, though. I bet the Panterpool's got some real top-class chefs on board. They gave you some super fancy food when they took you aboard, right? How was it? It's not like I could really enjoy it that much, given the whole hostage thing. Oh, I guess it couldn't hurt to ask. Have you ever heard of something called the Black Workshop before? Huh? Hold on. Who told you about it? I figured she might know. That Altina girl mentioned it to me. She said it was the place she belongs to. She also said that they loaned her to the Alliance. Just what kind of place loans someone else a girl? How much can I say here? Is the confidential info in their intelligence division file enough? It sounds like stuff you shouldn't be telling me, but sure. Well, we don't know where it is or anything, but there is a really unique arms workshop. They make weapons to order, but one thing they have in common is that they're all super powerful and super hard to use. You know, for terrorists, high-level Jaegers, customers like that. That huge rifle Crow used to shoot grounds was probably made there too. You think? Well, it was designed to hit a target over 3,000 arc away with pinpoint accuracy. That's pretty nuts. Her says it's the same one he used when he faked his own death back at the mine too. But if they did make it, I wonder if that means they're allied with the Alliance. That's a lot to take in. But why would a girl like Altina be affiliated with a place like that? Then there's Clem Solaris of hers that's basically your personal Arigetlum. Wait a second. Does the Black Workshop make the combat shells or something? What about Arigetlum for that matter? Ding ding ding! Gramps used to do business with them through the intelligence division from what I hear. About a year ago, I guess all contact with them stopped. Lecter was trying to find out where their actual workshop was for a while, but he didn't have any luck. Is that so? Still, I bet you're gonna run into that girl and her Sammy sooner or later. Getting a kind of rival vibe from them, you know? Me and Lammy gotta keep up our training so we can beat them. We're gonna do 1,000 arm swings a day and 1,000,000 push-ups. We're gonna be so buff you won't even know it hit you. Just be sure to do those arm swings on the deck and away from people so you don't hit anyone. Now I know more about that workshop, though. It's more mysterious than ever. We might need to add them to our foes to watch out for list right under Ouroboros. It's probably one of the 13 factories, I wouldn't be surprised. Trying to find an empty stomach is the worst. Which is why we need to get into a proper cook in this kitchen pronto. Unless you want me to start running it, I was basically the star of the cooking club, you know? No, I mean, it won't be long before we find ourselves a chef. Don't worry your little head about it. The only way she's taking charge of the kitchen is over my dead body. Oh well, to be fair, by star of the cooking club, I meant designated food sampler. I wasn't much of a chef or anything, so I hope we find a proper one soon. Alright, last floor. I think more than likely it'll be George and maybe one other person. And then you can move on and start doing some of the side quests. Nice, so this is where the Orbital Factory is. I can see myself coming here pretty often. George said he brought the orbital bike on board for Ymir too. Maybe it's here? Either way, I want to thank him while I'm down here. Mount factory and hold. This area of the Courageous contains an orbital factory. That's it. Nothing else. Like any other orbital factory, you can forge weapons and synthesize quartz. Simply speak to George and he will fulfill all requests. This area also happens to be the most spacious part of the Courageous. It is also where Valimar and the orbital bike are stored. Eventually, both of these can be customized as well. You can customize Valimar? Nice. I want to customize Valimar. Hey George, everything doing okay here? Yeah, the orbital factory is all ready for use. So if you need any work done on your ornaments, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks, I'm sure I'll be taking you up on that very soon. By the way, you're the one who brought the orbital bike on board, right? Guilty as charged. I figured it'd come handy at some point. It was still in good condition thanks to Eustace, but I did make a few modifications to it. Modifications? Like what? No, I changed a few parts so they'll be better suited to riding off the road. So now you should be able to ride on rougher terrain. Feel free to take it for a spin anytime. You can ride it whenever you want? Really? Really? Even if it were to break down or something, it wouldn't be hard to come and collect it with the Courageous. So go ahead and have fun riding it around. Thanks. I got a feeling it'll come in handy. And to be honest, just the thought of getting it to ride it all over the country gets me excited. Angelica would be proud. Oh, just one thing. About that sidecar we added to it. It's rough. It was roughed up pretty badly during the attack in the academy. Sorry. I can fix it for sure, but it's gonna cost a lot of mirror to buy all the materials. So you gotta go without it for a while. At least until we get the funds to repair it anyway. That's a shame. It is, but what can you do? Oh, one thing about the bike. What say you to giving it a brand new paint job? A paint job? Yeah, I saw this special feature in an automotive magazine about painting those recently. I thought it might be kind of fun to give it a shot ourselves, you know? We got the perfect test subject. I can easily set up a station over there. Why not give it a go if you're interested? I see. That does sound interesting. Yeah, we'll give it a shot once you're all set up. Sounds fun. I can now ride the orbital bike. For pressing the X button on a highway to open the navigation screen, then pressing it again, you can ride the bike wherever you want. Press the X button twice on succession on the highways. Use your mass. No, it cannot be done within dungeons. Necessarily the goodness of the story. Press the B button on the orbital bike to dismount or resume riding. Approach and press the A button. Basically, just faster travel along the highways. You can also customize the color of the orbital bike. You customize the coloring of the orbital bike to obtain special items. You can also further customize the bike by purchasing the sidecar George's shop, then opening the customization menu and adding the check mark next to the sidecar option. How much? Bought. Immediately sold. Let's see, Master Quartz, Murakumo. Only 6k mirror? Really? Okay. Attacks and crafts sometimes deal critical damage. 50% chance. And increases damage dealt by criticals. Let's see. None of these are particularly amazing effects, honestly, but oh well. I'll buff up the base people's stuff in the group. Modify ornaments, slots. I don't believe I can upgrade much, can I? Darn. Let's see, we can get... Can we get evade 2? Yes, we can. No, we can't. And action 2 costs some wind too. That's annoying. I was trying to remember what I needed, and she does not need that. Well, I guess I need to do some farming before I can even do anything. Fortunately, it's been nothing but radio silence from Angie ever since she went back to Rower after the festival. I mean, you think that with her family being who they are, her safety be as good as guaranteed, but this is Angie. She and Trouble are best friends. Still, if you guys ended up safe, there's hope for her yet. She's never let me down before, and I'm sure she won't this time. All I want is to see if she's okay. And I'm sure she's perfectly fine. Fight. Let's see, so I got yellow coloring. I thought the sidecar would even make much of a difference. Why not? I would really love to be able to just paint Valimar something else for the hell of it, but I highly doubt I'll be able to. Hey, do you remember me? I'm Peyton, the mechanic from ZCF. I was here during the Courageous's maiden voyage early in the year, and His Highness asked me to hop board again. I won't be here for long, though. Soon as I've finished going over what George needs to know, I'll be getting off. Still, it's nice to see this baby from the inside again. I was in charge of maintenance on the Liberals LCL, too. I want to go back to Liberal, but the war breaking out here kind of makes that impossible. Well, anyway, I need to focus on going over everything George needs to know to run the ship now. Alright, Valimar. Let's end this parade around the ship. Beep boop. Greetings, Awakener. Hey, Valimar. I take it your mana has recovered a little now? Affirmative. It stands at 50% replenished. I see that new power has awakened with you as well. I don't know if I'd call it new exactly. This power has always been within me. I just didn't understand what it was or why it was there. But thanks to everyone's help, it finally feels like it's a part of me. If that makes any sense. Still, I need to keep practicing using it. Can't have a repeat of what happened aboard the Pantagruel. You appear to be aware of your own limitations. Much like how you learn to better synchronize with me through practice, humans must improve their specifications through similar means. You need only work towards improvement to gain optimal proficiency in the battles to come. Huh? Yeah, I suppose you're right. I can't help but feel that one day this power will be useful to me as an Awakener too. I won't be able to use it all the time, but I'll do what I can to get better at making use of it. I look forward to it. He can now use the craft Spirit Unification. Using the craft allows Reen to unleash the power within him and fight for several turns in that state. Activating it cures all status or abnormalities and increases Reen's strength in battle significantly. Let's see. Strength, speed, 50%, and abuse him with the Unleash status. Unleash. Changes crafts, nullifies status, and stat down. Okay. Can now use quick travel and be courageous by pressing the X button. Yay. I'll remain on standby here. Call my name should you require my assistance. Only by devoting yourself to polishing your latent abilities will you improve Awakener. Become strong, and you will claim victory when you next cross paths with the Azure Knight. Okay. Alright, let's head back to the bridge and continue on with the story. Alright, I think I've seen all the key onboard facilities now. And all that's left is to tell Toa where we're going next. Talking to Toa in the Captain's Shore will allow you to both select a destination and organize the party. Regardless of who is selected as Reen's support in battle, Reen will tour the Courageous alone. How to board the Courageous. After landing, you can board the Courageous again by pressing the X button to access the navigation menu, followed by pressing the Start button. Note that this feature is not available in dungeons or select portions of the story. Speak to Toa and select the destination to fly a specific point within Erebonia. Checking and reporting quests. You can confirm and report requests by inspecting the orbital computer on the bridge. Reporting quests nets 8p, which in turn will periodically raise your student rank and earn new rewards, making it wise to check in frequently. Checking student information. Expanding the computer also gives you access to the latest information available regarding Thor's students scattered all across Erebonia. Once the information has been read, it will automatically be recorded into your notebook. Okay, let's head to... What are the quests we do again? Quest. Act 2, Part 1. Let's see. Let's start with without leave. So first off, we have to go visit Lieutenant General Craig. And I'm going to be nice and bring Elliot along. So I will replace... I'll replace her. So let's see. Let's rearrange this. Equip him. I have to ceremoniously just like flail my buttons all over the place before I can even do anything. It's custom. Let's see, so... where is it? There it is. This is fine. Okay. Got a destination in mind, Reed? I think these are the only places it'd be safe for us to land right now. You can now travel to Ymir using the Courageous. You can now travel to Nord. You can now travel to Corellia Proving Ground. You can now travel to the remains of Corellia Fortress. You can now travel to Legram. When you decide where you want to go, let me know and I'll take you there. Will do. Thanks.
Where do you want to go?
Well, if we want to go somewhere, even mark where all the quests are too. That's nice. So, let's head to Corellia Fortress Ruins. See what it's like over there. Maybe there's a hidden quest or something. Well, looks like Lloyd and the group haven't fixed everything yet. Got a few treasure chests here, so it was a good idea. Good idea to come over here. Spiritual present enemy to the chest. Combatants Fee and Sarah. Monster level 76. If you want a little beer, get a pint glass. If you want more, a tankard. But if you really want to get smashed, pour it into Veilstein. Okay, I guess I have to do the second playthrough and deliberately not open those chests just so I can see all the puns. That'll be fun. Exceed, you are a treasure.
Neat treasure chest.
Ooh. Nice. Yeah, this place just got completely wrecked. So you got one more chest over here.
Treasure chest.
Crystal Flood. Another girly proving ground? Yeah. So let's see. Part of the main quest is in the shop there for collecting one of the students. I think we'll collect all the students last, so we'll leave all those to the end. We're lagging a bit behind in gathering and delivering supplies, so Sergeant Major Emmons and I are helping out. We're pretty short on manpower right now, even with the 5th Division guys pitching in. Speaking of the Sergeant Mayor, he should be back by now. Oh, sup guys, long time no see. Rex, this is the last place I thought I'd find you. You wouldn't believe it, but I've been following the Imperial Army around and getting close-up photos of the war. But I hear stuff you guys have been getting up to is even crazier. I don't know if I'd say what we've been doing is any crazier than getting photos on a battlefield. Sounds like you've been putting in a lot of legwork. Anyway, you know given that we just so happened to run into each other, and you know what we're doing? Want to join the Courageous? Me? On the Courageous? Seriously? More the merrier. If you want to take photos, being able to fly around the country would be a smart move too. Really know how to tempt a guy. But nah, I'll pass. Maybe another day. Nah? What do you mean, nah? Look, I put a lot of thought into what I could do to help this country when it's slowly sinking to hell like this. Then I realized I'm a cameraman. With all the media control, I'm one of the few people who can capture the truth of this war. And I can do that way better on the battlefield next to the Army and the RMP than I could on the Courageous. Sorry. I see. Never expected you to be acting like such a noble-minded professional. Hard to believe that the person in front of me is the same boy who only ever tried to snap pictures of girls back at Thor's. Cool. You done here? Good luck with your stuff, though. It's been neat to follow. I'll be doing my own thing down on the ground. Alright, then. Just don't get too gutsy out there on the battlefield. If you guys are flying around up high, I'll be putting in work as a war photographer down below. My next subject? Why, that lovely lady in uniform over there, of course. Do you even know what a war photographer does? I take back every nice thing I said about him. You guys are fun. Go to both of us. She really is a flawless commanding officer. Nothing gets past her. Especially when it comes to tanks. If anything on the tanks isn't done the way she wants it, she'll do it herself. And her work is first rate too. We need to stay on top of everything so she won't overwork herself. We can't just have the tank officer do all the work. It's important that we carry out all the jobs we've been assigned. It sure has been busy around here lately. No sooner does one operation wrap up than another one's ready to go. I'm getting by though. It helps that I've got a list of good meals that you can eat with one hand as you work. This is one of my favorites. Why not try making some for yourself? Tomato burger. Those provincial army guys can't get it through their thick skulls, even after we've beaten them this many times. I've been stuck in this deadlock for over 3 weeks now. Soldiers on both sides are getting pretty tired of it. We're going to have to make sure the troops remain vigilant and don't make any careless mistakes. Shells are arriving at a tenth full seconds later than they should be. Have the supply teams look into it. The third team in particular is running behind on maintenance every single time. Why haven't they reported a reason? I'll look into it once, ma'am. 10 seconds, eh? Let's look at that new recipe. Tomato burger.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Nice.
Well, how about that?
Hey, look at that! It's a fish burger.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Ooh.
Okay, let's
Whoops.
give this a try.
Don't be unique. Don't be unique. Darn it.
All right, I'll give it a try.
There it is. That's all I'm accounted for. Good. I need to keep what's left of the 5th Division in order. If I don't, who will? Very few exceptions like me, the 5th Armored Division was completely wiped out during the attack in Guerrilla Fortress. Out of the survivors, I happen to be the highest in rank. That's why it's my duty to look after the survivors and keep the division in line. If I don't, who will? Just keep it up, man. It's good to see Rex back in the camp again. He always makes me laugh whenever he's here. He keeps calling me an angel of the battlefield for some reason. He's probably just joking around to keep my spirits up, but honestly, I appreciate it. We can all use a boost in times like these. I need to pull myself together, too. I don't want to feel like... Well, I don't want people to feel like they have to go out of their way for me to feel like that. Most of the 5th Division survivors ended up deserting the army after what happened. I can't really say I blame them either. I thought about it too, but I feel like the chance has passed me by now. Sorry, that was to sound pathetic, huh? I'm a soldier, and soldiers know the job comes with risks. I need to get my act together. Let's see, you don't really have much, do ya? Might be a shop, but you don't have anything to sell. You have business with the Lieutenant General? I'm sure he'll be overjoyed to see all of you, especially with Elliot in tow. Feel free to head on in. But first, there's some more people to talk to. I hear you're operating the Courageous with a crew comprised solely of students. So you think that just because you got the backing of royalty, you're above fighting for one of the factions? Some of you might condone that approach, but not me. You need a clear stance on where you stand in this war and stick to it. War is no place for the vain idealism of youth. You'll see that for yourself soon enough. War makes for a much harsher, less forgiving environment than you think it does. I suggest you give some thought to where you really stand while you have the opportunity to do so. No matter where I look, I can't find a thing. Why won't this war hurry up and fizzle out already? Hey Monk, still here I see. Oh, it's you guys. Nice to see you're all healthy and healthy. Nice to see you're alive, at least. Anyway, we got something to ask you. Right now we're trying to gather up Academy students to help us fight aboard the Courageous, so we were wondering... Nope, not in the mood. Not right now, anyway. As you know, I normally jump at the chance. We all know how much material it'd give me. But there's nothing but news on the radio these days. So what's the point of sending in material? Who'll read it? Why even look? Oh, sure. We can use some space then. Oh well. There's no point in pressing the issue. Man, that focus won't change his mind. Why can't this war be over already? If I gather material, there's nobody to send it to. There's no way he's joining us right now the way he is. Guess I'll just try again another day. Alright. Let's make a save here real quick. Yep. Okay. So we'll talk to her after. Thanks to the RMP, we're able to at least refresh our stores of supplies somewhat. We don't usually get much in the way of new ingredients though, so my biggest challenge is making good use of what I have. It's a worthwhile challenge. He's busy. As a man in charge of meals, the kitchen is my battlefield, and I intend to do justice to the 4th Division's reputation. The pots I use here are my very own, in fact. I carefully chose them for their quality and I'll make the most of them. And what do you got? Got all the new weapons. And a cheese omelet. Alright. Press the wrong button again. And this right here is where I'm going to take my leave for the night. Because usual, 1 o'clock in the morning shenanigans and I am tired. So, if anyone's there, thanks for stopping by. And have a good night. Or morning. Or whatever it is you are. See you later.